Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Atiefo, entatia ɛyɛ aboa a yɛnim sɛ ɔntumi nkasa. Saa ɛna yɛ common sense ɛkyerɛ. But in the Quran no, Surah 27, ayah 18, Nyankopɔn sɛ entatia ɛkasa. Anaasɛ yɛ common sense no ɛna ɛwɔ limit. Enti na ɛnɔma bi saa no yɛntumi ɛmfa yɛ common sense ɛngyɛgye. Atiefo, moma yɛntie yɛnua bɔnde na yɛrefito
Those asemo esemo e wo Quran mo okay. Quran chapter 27. Yanko Solomon fa ho bra. Quran chapter 27. Verse number 16. Okay. And the end of the ye beka kwase kakra, okay. Or say, and Solomon succeeded David. He said, "Oh people, we were taught the language of the birds." For Mutibi, where Quranic verse. Men judgment. And Solomon will say, "We were taught the language of the birds, not the language of the animals." Think of verse Nika say, "We were taught the language of the animals." A very clear animals in your language, you know. But where the Allah say, we were taught the language of the birds. And you see, I know, me expect say, obe understanding the language of elephant. So, because until the language of elephant is here, a clear no until I say because it's according to the language, you know, the birds in the language, you know, yachana say, are they be a yano, my piano, yachana say. So, it's the penguin, almost a penguin, quampo a bird, the penguin language, or better say. Akoko a bird or better akoko language, I say. So, it's an antro double. Sir, and no, and what way now, or you consider them as bird. Better say, didn't the language of bird, I say, because Solomon or army of birds, or army, a whole army of birds, and no my army, and a Solomon, or don't you attend language or better no communicating. Somebody that be partners, okay.
Atiefo, yeah, bro, why so confused? Why confused? So, verse 15 now. Nyankopon say, and we gave David and Solomon knowledge. So, Nyankopon say, mo ilimi. Sa ilimi no, it consists of everything. And to be beer knowledge, Nyankopon di amamo. But, yeah, baby, I catch them say, Quran is so unique. So, and eloquence. So, and the way a language, you know, as see almost see ashisha no Quran mu no eno kura kire say kasa no nye nipa kasa nyankopon kasa nyankopon epese or clear or doubt so ho nyankopon pese or clear because se o call down was so a se o read your friend say verse na call down was so a hudhud waya anoma bed oni Solomon ebedi nkomo so ho enti nyankopon clear or doubt na wa ma menya doubt say then na anoma we woni enipa edi nkomo ti na nyankopon eyi we efiri your friend say your knowledge no dia wa ma we no I clear ama say and we taught them the language of birds. Sani ebia se eduru baby a hudhud or ni Solomon edin komana enya o confused. Enti se o kan kokora e betrew sani verse na etia.
And we were given from everything. Okay? This is indeed a real blessing. Okay? To the service of Solomon were mobilized Mutebi on the service no of Solomon. Where your Quran or where your Quran?
Obianka say Bible. A holy
Quran. Okay, to the service of Solomon were mobilized his troops of spirits, of spirits, and men and birds. Okay, and the troops no, you can't the troops and the soldiers no are spirits and men and birds and no makan the troops and the soldiers no okay. All head in strict order. In strict order. Okay. Montebi. Until when they came upon a valley of ants. You know, say ants. And yanoma. An ant said, "Oh, ant, go into the nest, lest Solomon and his troops crush you without noticing." I tell for Montebi, and we say no, according to Islam, no, this ant no crampo or a prophet. Because the ant, you know, what mean Solomon, on him already Solomon, when your inspirational, he knows about Solomon. In Tatia, in Islam, no where Islam. In Tatia, no crop on him Solomon, on your free for Revelation, Allah, no, we are in Gabriel and the Breno. And to the ant, you know, he said, and the ant, you know, according to Quran, I say no, the ant said, "Oh, ants, go into your nest, lest Solomon and his troops crush you without noticing." He smiled and laughed at the words and said, my Lord directed me to be thankful for the blessing you have bestowed upon me.
Well, I feel there somewhat offense Solomon knowledge and I say Entina or Hano verse in the catcher said he smiled and laughed at her words and said, my Lord, direct me to be thankful for the blessing you have bestowed upon me and my and upon my parents. So enti ha say sad knowledge no ena me ena me refer ema verse 15 ho no enti Solomon no Nyankopon oni David Nyankopon ema o mo knowledge so no kokora nyame ma o mo knowledge about bibia so no kokora enti man nya o confuse brother
enti mote enti ant ne kasa ant ne nya no ma ena in science no and ant omon kasa ant no omon kasa with words. They don't speak with words.
That be now we science scientists that be now we science
enti we say no kwa say prove my Quran here false. That story we say my Quran here false. Ant ne do hu Solomon ant no kasa ya no okay Solomon say into what say no smile but in science no ants don't speak. Ants no they communicate by through vibration and smell. Into among kasa with words are obetimi de waswate.
Atiefo moma ntie said the science for eka ewa hase.
Small talk, very small talk. Scientists have long studied how various creatures communicate. Dolphins in the water, chimpanzees on land, birds in flight. But insects, could they possibly have anything to say? Well, when it comes to the tiny ant, it turns out the answer may be yes. Here's Nick Watt.
Ants live in highly structured societies. They are masters of architecture and even agriculture. And now, scientists tell us, ants actually talk to each other.
Were you surprised by what you found?
We were. Yes, we were surprised.
Absolutely.
With an iPod and an old pair of headphones, they discovered worker ants are indifferent to rock music, but stand guard when a distressed queen makes this particular sound.
They stand on the speaker with their jaws, their mandibles opened, something like saying, I'm defending my queen.
Now, no one is saying these little creatures talk like they do in the movies.
Now stay calm. We are going around the leaf.
Around the leaf? I don't think we can do that.
But they do have a kind of language.
Look at the back end of the ant. That's the abdomen moving up and down, vibrating. That's how ants make noise. That's how they, I suppose, talk to each other.
Scientists made these startling discoveries by accident while studying the large blue butterfly. They watched butterfly pupae trick ants into taking them to ant nests and nurturing them until they hatched. Why? Well, amazingly, the butterfly pupae imitate the ant queen's distinctive voice. Butterflies have learned to speak this mysterious ant language, a language humans have only just discovered. Nick Watt, ABC News, Turin, Italy.
Atiefo. Atiefo. Afei de se obia ahu se ne science for esi kire. Enti seto me kira wo se wo science na em se so weak. Nti Quran entwa ntro. Muntie se de Quran no esika.
Hatta idha ataw ala wadi namli qalat namlatun ya ادخلوا مساكنكم لا يحطمنكم سليمان وجنوده وهم لا يشعرون فتبسم ضاحكا من قولها وقال رب أوزعني أن أشكر نعمتك التي أنعمت علي وعلى والدي وأن أعمل صالحا ترضاه وأدخلني برحمتك في عبادك الصالحين.
That's the reason it is the miracle of miracles.
Assalamu alaikum.